Welcome back to another playbook. I'm Jason Feldman, and we're talking about a winning P&C insurance sales script. We're on to the second part of the 4 parts of the sales script, and the second part is the connection. It is so important to the success of an agency owner to get this stuff down. So we've already built the script if you listen to the last one. If you haven't listened to the last one, listen to the opener part of the sales script. This part is the connection part. What's important to know about this part is we've already opened the conversation and we're getting into gathering the data. And we need to make sure that our sales agents aren't just trying to just fill out that form to get to the quote, right? In their mind, most of the time, it's like, I need to get all this information and I need to present the price because if the price is low enough, they're gonna win the policy. And that is not actually what sells policies. What they need to do is build a strong connection. So as they're gathering this data and they're getting into talking about everything that they need about their autos, their family, and everything, we need to get into the work family fun. We talked about this the other day. Work family fun. People love talking about themselves. Most people love their family or friends, right? We need to know about their family, their friends. What do they do for work? What do they like about work? What do they not like about work? Where do they work? So when we're asking some of these questions, we get into this method called peeling the onion. Because most people live on this very surface level, right? You know this when you're getting into objection handling and somebody goes, oh, I got to think about it. And they go, okay, you want to call me back? Okay, yeah. They didn't peel the onion. Like no matter what anybody says, there's multiple layers. Like the guy, I gave the example of living spaces the other day when the salesperson asked me, can I help you with anything? That's very surfacey. If he just kept asking questions and peeling the onion, he would get to exactly why I was there and he probably would have sold me a couch. Right? I bought one anyways, but not from him because he didn't peel the onion. So when we're doing this, we need to peel the onion. When they're telling us this information, start asking questions about it. You know, how's your family? How are they doing? Oh, wow, you have a little girl? No way. How old is she? Right? And you're also trying to find out those points of connection that you can relate to them in the work family fun. Because if you can, automatically build what would normally take days of a relationship into minutes by doing this. So we want to peel the onion. We want to know what they do for work family fun, what they do for a living. You know, like there's a sports game coming up. It's nice to say something about like a sport just to see if they like sports. No, my team is this. No way, that's my team, blah, 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 blah. There's so many different connection points where if you can find what their hobbies are and what they do, then you're going to be able to be much further along with them than anybody else. And so we also want to position ourselves when we get to the proposal and we're getting to the coverages that we're starting to plug some of these things in there, right? We want to kind of relate it to some of the things that they like and don't like. And the more we peel the onion in the connection part, the more you're going to find those things. We're also going to want to know who's your insurance company. We want to know who they're with. One of my favorite things to do at this point is when you ask them, oh, really? Do you have a bad record? Right? You want to make them question their decisions. So we also want to know, what did you not like about your prior insurance company? If you could somehow get the information of what they don't like about their current company or some of the pains that they went through, if you could peel that onion enough, that is your whole proposal presentation right there. Like that is what you're going to start plugging in. You're going to start introducing the opposite of that. We do this because we don't want you to do this. Like we don't do that. Oh, that's crazy you experienced that. Like we don't do that here. We do this. So this connection, work family fun, it's pretty easy. It's just mainly peeling the onion, finding out how we can connect and how we can just relate on a human level. It gets hard in this part to do that because we need so much information and it does take a little bit of time. But remember, we're trying to get this conversation over 20 minutes because we need that time to connect. Just make sure these little tidbits are gold. Make sure that your team's putting these tidbits in notes. If they like a sports team, put that information in there, especially since the sports team could be playing recently and you could just follow up with it. Did you see that game? If you know somebody's favorite team and you followed up after the team won or lost, and you either were pissed at the other team that won or congratulated, like, oh my God, they did it, blah, blah, blah. That conversation's gonna go so well, I swear. And you can even follow up with a text. This part is so underrated by amateurs and utilized by pros. So it's super important. So make sure your team is following this to a T so that we can get to our next section, which is the proposal. And the proposal is where we're gonna start tying this stuff together and building an amazing quote. So that's it. I'm Jason Feldman. This is the playbook on the script to get your agency rocking and rolling with the most amount of sales possible from your leads.